Okay, I'm going to be giving a brief summary on a class that I'm teaching at several colleges called Thinking Critically, and this is a book by John Chafee, the ninth edition. So I'm going to go through chapter 1. It may take 2 presentations in order to get it posted on YouTube. Okay, so let's go get started. Okay, when we talk about thinking critically, we have to look at the definition. Now, the definition is carefully exploring the thinking process to clarify our understanding of making more intelligent decisions. Now, just as an example, what does that mean? That means, how does you make sense of the world? When a baby comes out, they're a sponge. And what I mean by that is that they're absorbing tons of information. They're reflecting, and they're doing or feeling. So here you have a baby that's just come out, and he's absorbing things. So he's thinking critically on a daily basis. Now, on another slide, we have thinking creatively. Now, here you have a picture of some clowns. Looks like they're having fun. A lot of color, a lot of visual. And when we talk about thinking creatively, the definition is using our thinking process to develop ideas that are useful and worthy of further elaboration. Now, living an exam of life, that's something that's definitely highlighted in the book. What is living an exam of life? Well, in the book they talk about you are an artist, it is up to you to paint your own picture. You're the creator, and life is a canvas. Living an exam of life also covers personal development, a life of choices, choosing your path, habitual patterns in your life, and reflection and reevaluation. Now, one of my favorite topics of choosing an exam of life is choosing your path. And when you choose your path, we're talking about the decisions you make and the roads that you cross when you're looking to make decisions in your life. When you choose your path, you have the potential to either go down the same road as other people or make your own path. A roadmap to your mind is something that I've always talked about in various classes. When we talk about, if I ask you to take a trip to Florida, the first thing I'd ask you is, how are we going to get there? And one thing you're probably going to pull out is a roadmap. And it's kind of funny that when we're looking at driving from point A to point B, we'll look at a map. But when we're looking at our life, we fail to write it down. So we have no roadmap on our future. And here we have something called working towards goals. You have something called your short term and something called your long term. Now, short term could be, I want to lose weight in the next 3 to 6 months. And long term could be, I plan on graduating college in the next 3 to 4 years. Now, let's look at thinking critically about visuals. Very important concept when we look at critical thinking. Now, here we have a photographer that's attempting to capture some type of visual perspective. Now, to some, we have a girl that looks like maybe she's in a third world country, and maybe this is a place where she lives. To someone else, they may say, well, she looks pretty well dressed. Maybe she's visiting there to help the refugees. Here we're looking at what is the perspective and what is the message that the photographer is trying to create. Organized decision making. Very important process when we look at the critical thinking process. The definition, of course, identifying and reaching the goals in our lives involves making informed and intelligent decisions. Now, what does that entail? It entails sound decisions, thoughtful decisions, ordered decisions, undermining and disciplined decisions. Now, here we have a picture of a woman that's on a blind date, and she definitely made a wrong choice because she has her date put back over his head. Now, let's look at the decision-making approach. 5 steps. Define the decision clearly. Very important when you're looking at coming to a conclusion. Consider all the possible choices. What are the choices in regards to my decision? gather all the relevant information, and evaluate the pros and cons. Number 4, select the choice that seems to be best met for the needs of the situation. And of course, number 5, implement your plan of action and monitor the results, making adjustments as necessary. Now here's one thing that we talk about is, who am I? What are my interests and what are my abilities? Can I be creative? Now there's a lot of different definitions of being creative, but here we have a visual of someone that is critically thinking from a creative process. Now when we look at being creative, there's two different types. There's a creative type and there's artistic type. So creative can entail cooking, creating a wardrobe, raising children, playing sports, dancing, etc. Now artistic is playing an instrument, music, poetry, creative writing, drawing, and now understand and trust the creative process. Absorb yourself in the task, allow time for ideas to incubate, and seize on the ideas when they emerge and follow them through. Now, limited voice criticism, very, very important. What is a VOC? It's something that can undermine your confidence in every area of your life, including your creative activities, with statements like, this is a stupid idea, and no one's gonna like it. Even if I can pull this idea off, it probably won't amount to anything. What about this one? Although I was successful last time, I tried something like this, and I was lucky. You know, statistics show that on any given day, you experience 10 to 15,000 negative thoughts. And sometimes the voice criticism can be family members, close friends, or your sphere of influence. So it's very important to look at eliminating the voice criticism. Here's a picture of someone yelling at, let's say, their subordinate, and we need to find ways to eliminate this VOC. Now, how do you eliminate? Become aware of the VOC. Know that in order to eliminate it, you have to restart the judgment process in a more accurate and constructive way. Get tough with the VOC. Let them know that you're going to fill your mind with positive thoughts. Create positive voices and visualizations, and use other people for positive confirmation. Mindless versus mindfulness. Let's talk about this. Now, mindlessness versus mindfulness is each of us desires to share with others our vision of the world, and most of us have been taught that it's wrong to think differently. We lose confidence in ourselves and begin to look at reality in terms of categories by which society orders. So what this is saying is that many people think that it is wrong to think out of the box.